And welcome back to our new edition of Loose Lips and Liquor. So today we have some interesting stuff to talk about, and one will be Wendy Williams. And John Gray, he back on the prowl again. Beyonce and her father Matthew Knowles, Tristan Thompson, and Chloe, the Kardashian, they back in the news, and the Clark sisters,
and Kanye West,
yeah, and Britney Spears.
Okay.
So let's get this thing going.
Okay.
So it's been allegedly said that Wendy's husband has been oh, go ahead and talk.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, talking about poisoning and Wendy. Besides that, I'm wondering if that's why she was doing all that, having sick moments.
It might have been. He was really.
They're saying that he was poisoned. They believe that he was poisoning her.
And the police came out and did a welfare check on her while she was off with her shoulder battling medication issues. They said,
and then they made a comment to her about her being famous or something.
Well, she did. Police asked her, well, did she know? Cheers. Yeah, that's sweet. The police were asking there to do a welfare check. They asked her, was she okay? And that someone had alleged that, called in and alleged that she might be perhaps being poisoned. And the first thing she says was, well, I am famous. They couldn't take that as an answer. So they asked her again. She said she was not being mistreated, but she had tears in her eyes when she said it. Mm-hmm. But until she had admitted to it, then nothing they could do.
I am really shocked at that because it was no actual bruising.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look in distress, I know here in Indianapolis, if you look distressed, they're gonna do some more investigating.
Well, see, first he didn't.
He didn't want him in there.
He didn't want him in there, and then he did not want to leave the room with them in the room by herself. But that didn't happen. He had to leave, and she did not say he was abusing her or trying to kill her. So,
well, that's because she probably didn't know.
She didn't know, yeah.
And also in the news, I seen where she. I know Tasha K said she don't think it's gonna happen, but I think you might have missed this one. Might have, because she has gotten an apartment, and she went to get her belongings, and Kevin, like men do, after they done lost, decided she can't take furniture and stuff out of the house. So he's still acting her ass.
Yeah. So basically, he was saying that he wanted the moving trucks off the property. And that only thing she could take was
personal
items. The son, unfortunately, only 18 years old, was
19.
there.
He's 19.
He's 18. Well, he's in between 18 and 19. And that somehow with the people that were there, they would work out that she could just get her personal stuff. She took a bedroom suit in a spare bedroom or something. And they left the furniture there. I guess he was scared that she might get more than she deserves or something out of the house.
That, or he don't really believe. He thinks that she's gonna take him back. And they say he was really pissed off when he had to take his stuff out of there. They said he was acting her ass. But Calvin, whatever your name is, that's what you get. Karma's a mother, and she come back and bite you in the ass.
Yeah, exactly.
You have treated her bad, and I know people say, well, Wendy, she gossiping? We all gossiping. Hell, we gossiping.
Yeah.
She don't deserve what you did.
No, she didn't. So, she deserved to get her stuff out of the house, and why he gonna be petty? What is he gonna take to and put in Serena's new home the furniture that he had with Wendy. Really? Is he gonna take that furniture? I guess he figured at least he could do is sell it.
I don't even think
I don't
it's,
know.
I still think it's not the idea of what he could do with the furniture. Is when he see that furniture, it's just like anything. When you see something changing, like taking furniture and now she's got a new place. It never got this far. So now he's like, uh-oh. I done really effed up. I done messed up.
Yeah.
And she's not playing with me now. Now he's trying to... I've had men like that want to hang on by any means. You know what? You can have the furniture.
Yeah.
When I left one of my husbands, I took a fork, a knife, a spoon, a plate, a cup, one of the beds. You can have it all. I don't want you.
So that's how you handle that. So
He can have
basically,
it.
Wendy has also gotten a very famous, fairly famous new manager, and she's moving on with her life. Hopefully, she will be able to get out of this and see in New York. Otherwise, Kevin's gonna get a lot of money.
Let him have
But
it.
if she can prove that he's done some things, she won't have to pay as much, and they won't have to split as much. But we'll have to see how that goes. That's all in the eyes of a judge.
Well, and once again, let him have it.
Yeah.
Because he has no education.
I didn't know he's only had a 9th grade education, allegedly.
So let him have... I'm telling you, freedom is... She can make more money. She's relevant. He's not relevant.
Yeah.
He's silly. You can give him $10 million, but if you ain't got money coming back in, if you don't have it invested correctly, he'll be broke.
Yeah, because if he used to living a high life.
He wants to live the good life, and it's over. And that's what his whole struggle is. And he was trying, allegedly, to kill her so he could get the life insurance and get all the money.
So Wendy better stay away from him, because he's allegedly trying to kill her, possibly. Well, that's on that front with Wendy Williams. We'll have to just keep.
So good luck, Wendy.
Yeah.
Keep your head up, girl.
Yeah.
Do your
Also,
thing.
that's right. And then next thing, who else to be touched?
John Gray.
John Gray. Now, everybody doesn't know him. He is a mega church preacher, and he's allegedly had some kind of.
He went to the Stellar Award.
Yeah, well, at first he admitted he had an emotional affair with a woman that he took to a hotel room to have an emotional affair with, and that was the end of it. So the way he straightened that, the first one was
He ain't straightened it out with me because all the time
Well,
you're a liar.
that he strayed, and the only thing was just emotionally. He just leaned on this woman for emotional support.
Well,
instead
guess
of
what?
the
That's
correct
not an
way.
affair.
Well, emotionally, he said it, but who goes to a hotel room just to talk?
I ain't never.
They could have called him on the phone. They could sit down.
We could have went to the library.
We could have went to had dinner together.
He's lying.
She had
Allegedly.
A hotel. Yeah, allegedly.
Take it from a OG.
But
You ain't
now,
going to no hotel not to just...
Yeah, so after he gets off of that, Avengers will believe in him, and
That's
now,
the wife.
Yeah, there's Larry Reid Live has an interview with a new woman. John Gray was at the Stellar Awards, unaccompanied. I don't know, maybe
Without his damn wife, y'all.
without his wife, and he was.
You know we ghetto fabulous.
Really, I can't say all the big words.
Big word. Accompanying. Never mind.
We ain't going to go. Okay, we're from Indiana. Sorry.
And I'm from Brightwood. Anything everybody know about Brightwood?
Yeah, we.
Ghetto fabulous. Go ahead.
Okay, so he allegedly, according to this woman, she was standing over in the corner and people were taking pictures with John, and he came up to her and started a conversation. She was kind of talking to him real ghetto-ish and talking to him really, just really firm. He said, "You want to take a picture?" She said, "No, people think I'll be with you," and all this other stuff. And so later on, somehow numbers got exchanged. You can listen to all this, the interview on Larry Live about this new woman talking. She has receipts. She has hotel cards. She has even John Gray's undershirt.
I guess that was emotional too.
Now she said after they met and they were talking, and she said he asked for her phone number because he really liked her. She was really down to earth to him, and so yeah. So she said she didn't know somehow when.
She told him no first.
Yeah, she said that she didn't know how he got her phone number, but all at once he calls her while she's in the car with a friend. Now this friend has allegedly said that it was him that called, and he invited her up to the hotel room, and she went, even though she was a godly woman, and she went up to a married man's hotel room.
That I been caught screwing around.
And so once she did that, let's see, she got up there to the room, and they were talking, and
he told her to take a shower.
He told her to take a shower so she wouldn't leave her perfume on him. You know how men do. You know, if you married...
I was saying, you go take a shower.
Well, she said at first she was like, "Oh, why would you want me to take a shower? Because you want my perfume on?" But she took a shower. She didn't have anything put in. But what about the clothes you had on before, honey? Since y'all wasn't gonna be doing anything, you need to get on out of there at a decent hour. No, she said he gave her one of his t-shirts to wear.
Now let me tell y'all something.
And okay,
it was some screwing around, effing. What did Larry King call it?
I don't know.
He calls it something around. He crazy, springing around with something.
Yeah. So not only did she put his undershirt on, she was like, I wasn't gonna sleep with him or anything like that, but she put this undershirt on just for looks, I guess. So he asked her, "Well, did you spend the night?" And she said yes.
But they didn't have sex.
They didn't have sex.
I don't believe
woman, she is supposed to be somebody that's known in the religious circle, so maybe she wouldn't want to know she was out there whoring around. But
if you're gonna be a hoe, be a hoe. Be a good hoe.
And so he said, "Well,
I guarantee you somebody knows besides
then you
us.
sleep in the bed with him?" She said, "Yes, but there was no sex."
Yeah, right.
So, but next morning, John gets up, gets dressed, and she tells him, she said, "Well," he said, it's real early, he had to leave out. He said, "You can stay here." And she said, "Okay, I'll stay and get ready and leave." She said, "What time do I have to be out?" He said, "I think around 11. She said, "I'll be out by 11. So she's got pictures, receipts, things on that level. So it makes you think that, yeah, Aventer can look at his undershirt and see if it's a Ralph Polo undershirt, 3X.
What the thing of it is, I don't know.
Why would a preacher, married man, lay up in the bed with a woman that wasn't married?
Clearly she had no drawers on.
Just a undershirt. Because she didn't say she had no bra on.
Yeah, she didn't. She I just don't get it. But then everybody going to hell but them. I don't understand it.
Well, we'll find out what's going to happen with this later on, because that's all we have right now. But if you want to hear about that, I'm going to try to put Larry Reid's interview in the link.
Of the lady speaking.
Yeah, the second woman that we know that has allegedly spoken.
Oh, he said to her, and you'll see it on that he was unhappy with his marriage.
Oh, yeah, he was unhappy with the marriage. Aventer knows that the marriage is really over it. He is not into the marriage. He's unhappy, but, you know, he has a lot of things going and he's dependent. that he keeps a look of a happy home.
But you're not looking happy. Oh, and that's
But
what
he
Larry
must
Reed
be-
said. He said, everybody know you don't go to the Stella Award. Because everybody know what goes on. And I don't care. I'm sorry, Christians. I'm a Christian too. But the thing of it is, you're doing everything in the world, worldly, but you're throwing rocks and hiding hands. I don't want to hear the shit. I don't want you to hear it. I don't want to hear you tell people when you know you doing wrong too. And then you justify if you going to heaven, but I'm going to hell. Well, let me go to hell in peace. Because I guarantee you're going to be there too.
Well,
You might get there from me.
You'll be.
Make no sense.
You'll have friends there. However, so that's on the front with John Gray, and he has that new church. I don't know what the members gonna think about that now that they bought him a multi-million-dollar home to come, and he gets a salary, and now they need a new roof, and he said that the congregation has it, so they're gonna build him all this stuff while he plays around and lives a life of leisure and doing things that are
Biblically wrong.
allegedly.
Allegedly. All this stuff is allegedly. Allegedly.
We only talk about it unless somebody else is talking about it, because we
Pretty
don't
much.
have no breakout stories or anything like that, but we just talk about
But I might go to the Stella next year.
So you
I
can
have
look
my
up-
own. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What's up, Gray?
You probably won't obtain it again. Avenger has stopped that.
Oh, yeah. She got to stop everything. He ain't going to be able to go to the toilet back. I need to go in there with you.
And you know he wears these expensive $5 and $6 tennis shoes.
How much?
$5 and $6 tennis shoes.
1,000?
1,000. There are a lot of preachers out there wearing those tennis shoes on, and I'll try to do a little clip of that. But yeah, they are out there with expensive shoes on, tennis shoes. That's the newest thing. You know, it used to be what kind of shoes? Alligators and all that. But now the newer preachers like John Gray, that kind of group of preachers is wearing the very expensive house shoes and tennis shoes in the pulpit. Okay.
Wait a minute. I know you want to go to the next, but let me tell you something. That right there pissed me off. Because I didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah.
We got hungry.
John Gray has the most expensive tennis shoes. Some of the other preachers were $2,000 and $3,000. Some were listed at like $1,000 something. But his was always $5,000 and $6,000.
And we got hungry people sleeping outside on concrete, no food to eat. Maybe they are on drugs. You vowed to be a man of God. And I don't see no damn need of having on some $3,000 shoes.
Well, he don't wear $3,000. It's $5,000. What do you mean?
Do they got red bottoms?
They're tennis shoes.
He's like, man, move on to the next. Because I've been saying something I ain't got no business. God ain't going to be too pleased with me. All right, we're going to go on to somebody. Beyonce.
Beyonce dropped on Netflix Homecoming, and it was a good show. But if you saw her last year's Coachella performance, it was mostly that. It was some backstory to it. Talked about how she had the twins and this problem she had giving birth to them, and the surgery she had to have the C-section and the cutting of the muscles, and her trying to build back up and get into her working shape, and what she ate and all that stuff was in there. But most of it's the performances. So that was a little bit
Let down.
and it was time consuming because that thing was like 2 hours long. So I was like, if you had seen Coachella, then you really weren't interested in the splits of the 2 days of performances, you know. So yeah, and so that was good. But what's even more known that Matthew knows, the manager of Destiny Child, which is also Beyonce's father, he is in cahoots with another man, and they are going to put on the play Survivor The story of Destiny's Child.
I ain't trying to be funny. I would thought you were going to say Surviving R. Kelly.
No. So, yeah, so and he has all the rights to Destiny's Child. He has the rights to everything with dealing with Destiny's Child. So, yeah, so he has, I don't know if Kelly and Michelle and Beyonce have said they are okay with that, but it doesn't matter because he has the rights to the name, he has the rights to the story, he has the rights to everything. He is the manager. So, yeah, so that's what's going on that front. So, what's the next topic?
The Clark sisters and
Kanye. Now, you might not know these people unless you're into the church scene, the black church scene, Church of God in Christ type of situation. But back in the 80s, early 80s, there was a group called the Clark sisters. There were 5 sisters that sang very popular songs back then in the gospel realm. And
they were the new age gospel
sound. Kind of like Walter Hawkins type came into a new sound, and they brought another new sound on top of Walter Hawkins, making it more what they call worldly sounding. And their sister Twinkie was the
pianist and one of the lead singers. Yeah,
lead singers, and she also was the one that penned the song. So the rights belong to her, according to the paperwork, that she is the one that wrote the songs.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, you have you get so much percentage for writing the song, so much percentage for the music, so much percentage for performing and doing the song. So she got quite a bit of the check.
Yeah. So this is how Kanye's Sunday services on Instagram at Coachella, we assume were paid because all the artists are paid to perform. And but so Kanye was playing You Brought the Sunshine Into My Life, that part, but there's just snippets of it. And another song, there was just snippets of it. And the choir that Kanye sings with and performs with on Sunday services is produced and handled by another man. And in his song, his choir's name has something with it like samplers. So they sample older music and then bring it to the newer age type of sound. Another spin on it. So the Clark sister put on Kanye's page that we're glad to use our music, but we own the rights to it. Where's our check? But we'll see if they get anything, because like I said, if they make money, rightfully so, they would be owed that money.
Well, I'm going to say this.
With Jay-Z used some of their music, and they recently had a payday from Jay-Z because, yeah, you use their song, even the snippets, they're owed money. That's just the way it is.
That's the gospel life. I'm just sick of it. Because the thing of it is, the church is making money off of your songs being sung. I guarantee you brought the sunshine being sung in somebody's church, and I guarantee you it was a plate offering passed around, and I guarantee you somebody got some money. Wasn't me. Was you?
No, it wasn't me. But I guess you look at it that way, they did bring in money, so they need to hit these churches
They
up.
need to hit all the church. I just, for real, y'all, when it comes to the gospel world, I have a problem with you saying you singing for Christ, you say you leading people to Christ, but you worried about every penny. Do you not think
well, you
Jesus
can come
to
Jesus with as long as you have $5 to give.
Some of them want more than that. Some of these preachers won't come unless you giving them 50,000.
Yeah, 10,000.
Nigga, I won't hear you.
Or
I can hoop and holler too. I can read the scripture.
Well, so that's the way it went. Kanye seemed to have a good time. There's pictures of him out there slain in spirit on the ground, praying and all that stuff. So
I mean, it could be a hoax, but it could be. This is what I'm saying.
Some people don't like because it doesn't have any preaching. But I said, well, by the time you have to pay to preach it, maybe a lot of folks wouldn't be able to have it in here. So
this is a praise and worship. What I can gather, it is not about preaching. It's about.
Because people are saying, well, it's called Sunday services. Well, it is a service of
praise.
Praise.
I don't, I just.
That Kim Kardashian had said, Kardashian West has said is very therapeutic for Kanye.
Well, we need him to be there.
Yes.
Because the thing of it is, maybe, that's what I'm saying, Twinkie, and the rest of y'all. Your music has helped somebody maybe get their life together, and you worried about a freaking penny.
Well, if they made $14 million or whatever, they'd say,
well, we don't know if
money?
he even made any money. Who made the money?
Who made the money?
That's
and
who
if
you
they
need to
did,
sue.
that's what I'm saying. They didn't say they're going to sue. They saying they want their cut.
Guarantee they don't come up with that cut. Somebody don't come up with it. It's going to be a suit.
Oh, yeah, they're going to find out who owes them. So, that was really interesting. So, who else are we talking about this week?
I'm still stuck on them. No, just kidding. And now we have Britney Spears.
Britney Spears has had a fairly long history of mental illness, yes, and it's a lot of it's chemical imbalance. And so now she's on a journey to have her medicine calculated, and they did it, and it didn't work, and so she had to go back into the hospital and have it worked on again, and it was speared on because her dad was diagnosed with cancer, and it's really she's taking it very hard, and people sometimes with weak dispositions can really affect them. So with her mental
off balance.
Yes, that she's having a hard time, and the pictures are really showing that she's having. Some people said it was two trains of thought. Some people say she was forced to commit herself back in. Some people say she wanted to go back in and have herself. I'm sure she wanted to feel better. So hopefully she did and recognized that she needed the extra help and went back in. We can't blame nobody for trying to get help for illness that they have.
Because mental illness is a sickness, it's nothing you can control.
And so all we can do for Britney is just basically pray for her and keep her in good health.
Well wishes, yeah.
So you guys, I want to thank you for tuning into this week's show. And
make sure you like, subscribe, and please share our video.
Yes, please. And so we'll see you next week.
Bye.